How did America become number one? Free labor. I know my fellow white Americans would love to believe their great-great-great-grandparents were all noble men and women who were just farm hands and carpenters and bankers, but slavery generated over 2 billion pounds of cotton per year. Let's break that down. The price of cotton soared from 10 cents a pound in 1860 to $1.89 a pound in 1863, just 3 years apart. So America went from earning $2 million a year to $3.7 billion a year, and that's billions with a B, in 1863. And hear this, the U.S. national debt was only $1 billion in 1863. So the U.S. could have used the slave trade to clear their entire national debt and would have had money left over. Money like that can't be generated without supporting industries and government and citizens. Thus, slavery paid for a substantial share of capital, iron, and manufacturing goods that laid base for American economic growth. In addition, precisely because the South specialized in cotton production, the North developed a variety of businesses that provided services for the slave South, including textile factories, meat processing industries, insurance companies, shippers, and cotton brokers. So when you hear someone say, my family didn't own any slaves or wasn't a part of it, that would have been almost impossible. $3.7 billion in 1863 is equivalent in purchasing power of about $87 billion today. In 159 years, white Americans were able to build, educate, save, and invest in their own communities. From a head start, the slave industry provided them. So when you look around today and you see where are most African Americans concentrated, in poor inner cities, where are most white Americans concentrated, the suburban areas outside of those cities. What I hear often is, my parents or grandparents worked in these industries and in that industries, and that's how we got our start. Usually industries that have nothing to do with what could have possibly been related to the slave industry. Then when you ask, what did your great-great-great-grandparents do? You always hear, I don't know. But you have to understand, in 1863, it was only a handful of jobs your grandparents, your great-great-great-great-grandparents, or grandparents, great-grandparents could have done. And that's when they realize they have to sit with that uncomfortable idea that they were a part of the problem. Their grandparents may have been a part of the problem, their great-great-grandparents or their great-great-great-great-grandparents were a part of the problem. And here we are.